Students, good morning. Today I am going to discuss about the standard heat of reaction. Standard heat of reaction. In this video class, I am going to provide a brief information about the heat of reaction and the standard heat of reaction. What is meant by heat of reaction? Heat of reaction is nothing but changes in enthalpy, of a system for the reaction proceeding at constant temperature. For the reaction proceeding at constant temperature. Constant temperature T. So heat of reaction is nothing but it is the changes in enthalpy of a system for the reaction proceeding at constant temperature T. It is the difference between enthalpy of products and the enthalpy of reactant. Enthalpy of product and enthalpy of reactant. Difference between enthalpy of products and the enthalpy of reactant. The conventional notation for heat of reaction is del H. H stands for enthalpy, del stands for changes in enthalpy. The magnitude has two signs. One is positive, another one is negative. Positive means an increase in enthalpy. Increase in enthalpy. Negative sign means decrease in enthalpy. Increase in enthalpy means we are supposed to supply certain amount of energy to proceed the reaction. The positive value indicates an increase in enthalpy. Increase in enthalpy means we are supposed to supply certain amount of heat energy to the system to proceed the reaction. This reaction is called as endothermic reaction. The negative sign indicates a decrease in enthalpy of the system. That means we are supposed to remove certain amount of energy from the system to carry out the reaction. This reaction is called as exothermic reaction. Clear? Exothermic reaction. This is endothermic reaction. Okay. Shall we move on to the standard heat of reaction? We finished heat of reaction. What next? Standard heat of reaction. Standard heat of reaction means a reaction when both reactant and products are at their standard state. Standard state means temperature. Temperature T is equal to 25 degrees Celsius or 298.15 degree Kelvin. Entering reaction to the process vessel or reactant or reactor. This is reactant. This is product. Reactants enter into the reactor at 25 degrees Celsius. Similarly, the products removed from the reactor at 25 degrees Celsius at constant temperature. Similarly, pressure P is equal to 1 atmosphere. Nowadays, 1 bar is conventional. 1 bar is conventional. 1 atmosphere is equal to 1.01325 bar. Nowadays 1 bar is a standard one. Clear? Temperature pressure. Next, composition. Composition means the entering reactant are pure, only one component, pure state. Clear? Composition. Next, state of aggregation. State of aggregation or physical state of the system, physical state of the reactant. That means either entering reactant, either it may be a solid or gas or liquid. Similarly, the product, either it may be a solid or liquid or gas, whatever it may be. Clear? This is the standard heat of reaction. That means changes in enthalpy of a reaction when both reactant and the product are at their standard state at constant temperature. The notation for standard heat of reaction is del H R0, or I can write like this, del H 298.15 degree Kelvin. The superscript refers standard state. Clear? This is the notation for standard heat of reaction. For example, 2 moles of solid carbon, reacts with 1 moles of a gaseous oxygen. 1 moles of a gaseous oxygen, it will produce 1 moles of gaseous carbon monoxide. During this reaction, the standard heat of reaction is equal to minus 220.6, 221.6, 1.2 kilojoules per mole. One important point is the standard heat of reaction or changes in enthalpy of the system mainly depends on the stoichiometric number of the reactants involved in the reaction. The meaning is, if 1 moles of solid carbon reacts with half moles of gaseous oxygen, it will produce 1 moles of, this equation, 2 moles of carbon monoxide. In this reaction, 1 moles of gaseous carbon monoxide is produced. For this reaction, the standard heat of reaction is half of this equation. That means minus 110.6 kilojoules per mole. 6 kilojoules enough. Clear? This is the standard heat of reaction. Standard heat of reaction means a reaction when both reactant and products are at their standard state at standard temperature. The standard heat of reaction depends on the stoichiometric numbers involved in the reaction. Clear? That's all. Thank you.